Hi, everybody. How are you doing? What's today holding for you today? Is it an easy run, steady tempo, or as Evie says to me, he's doing his reps, mum? What's on your plan today, Gaza? My Garmin said 3 by 8 minutes, and I thought, not done that for a while.
Oh, well, the repetitiveness of the Alban app, it's thrown up the 10 times 3 minutes. Well, I could choose it. There's 4 options, but I really love that one. But because I lifted heavy yesterday, I'm just going to do easy miles.
Easy miles.
That's the joy when I only have one workout a week. Yeah, the long run's a workout, the steady run's a workout.
I love your Courtney Dauwalter approach to it, and you're going to do it when you feel ready for it, and you don't feel ready. And I always take great pride in my athletes when they're like, I'm moving it. I don't always start it, and they go, it's not my day.
But it's when you move it to
every
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's the trouble.
That's your trouble, yeah. Anyway, hello, welcome to Tea and Trails podcast. Whatever you're doing today, we're so pleased to have you with us, and you are in for a treat. Thanks, Phoenix Light, for sponsoring this week's interview. The best design comes from the actual needs of users. Phoenix takes providing mobile lighting products with excellent performance as the goal and born for harsh environments as its mission. Never forget where you started, and your mission can be accomplished. Head over to www.phoenixlight.co.uk to find out more. And don't forget, patrons can enjoy 10% off, and all you lovely listeners get 5% off with the code TNT5. All the discount codes are either in the show description, Linktree, or Patreon. Most sought after podcast guests, do you reckon?
Most amount of Patreon questions, most sought after podcast guest, and we had so many questions, and some of them hopefully we weaved, is that right?
It's so hard, isn't it? Because I love to read people's questions and their names, but then sometimes the guest, and Sarah in this incident, she starts answering the question, and then it's tricky to go back. But we so appreciate you sending in the questions, and she did see all the questions, so she's seen the love as well. So if you sent a message saying well done, she has seen all that. We did manage to answer a lot of the questions within the talk. She naturally just had lots to share as well. She's a natural, and I think when you know somebody quite well as well, we just dropped into the chat and then it just started chatting. So you're the producer. You're normally like, you didn't even read the rules out of the podcast. We didn't have our we just started, and you were like, and I'm always up for, you know me, I'm just like, let's just roll
check
with
mics,
it.
social share, toilet break.
None of this. And you just went in for it and you allowed it to happen. It's madness.
Healthy, isn't it? Healthy change.
It's healthy. You stepped on the road. So shall we start? We never read our AI intro. So shall we read it now?
Yeah. What does it take to run for nearly 4 days straight, to stare down exhaustion, pain, and the rising sun again and again, and keep going? Today's guest, Sarah Perry, didn't just find out, she redefined the limits. Sarah's just set the women's backyard ultra world record with an astonishing 95 laps, covering 637 kilometers over 95 hours at Big's Backyard Ultra World Championships in Tennessee. That's nearly 400 miles of relentless 4.167 mile loops run every hour on the hour until only one runner remains. Sarah was the last woman standing, and in doing so, she didn't just break records, she broke expectations. I need to call out AI. I didn't say this in front of Sarah because it's a bit awkward when you pay somebody too many compliments. I wouldn't, especially for this type of race, when I saw this event happening on social media, I wouldn't back against Sarah Perry to even win the whole thing outright for this kind of specific set of skills you need for this race. So yeah, I think AI was a bit mean on Sarah there. A maths teacher and mountain rescue volunteer from Cumbria, Sarah brings grit, grace, and a touch of trail running magic to everything she does. In this episode, we dive into the highs, the lows, and the surreal moments of her record-breaking run. From IT band pain and heat exhaustion to the joy of pushing past what she thought was possible. Sarah's story is one of endurance, humility, and joy. So grab a coffee or a Morton Drinks Mix 160 and settle in. This is a conversation with a woman who ran into history and came out smiling.
I would say AI, you have slightly, I mean, maybe this is the death of the AI intro, but I don't think she's found the joy in this yet. And I think these sort of massive things as well, they take the joy away, your hormones, and it's so tired. Even when you feel your back life has carried on and you move on, I think it takes a long time to process this sort of thing. And I think it might even be years before she looks back and goes, what I actually did was amazing. But I also think she's not that sort of person. She's already on to the next.
Oh, yeah.
She's on to the next thing. She's ticked. You'd dine off this. You'd have some sort of plaque
I'm still
behind
banging
you.
on about Dragon's Back race, aren't I? Got my V50.
So you should.
Plaque.
So you should. Absolutely as well. I hope you all enjoy our chat with Sarah Perry. And if you do enjoy it and you've not listened to, as we say at the end, she has been on the show quite a few times. We're so lucky. So you can always dip back into the previous shows as well. Maybe start your journey there and listen to both her chats, but also you can hear in her voice her confidence as the years have gone on as well, both as a runner, as a person. We absolutely loved following Sarah's journey. And here's our chat all about her world record-breaking Backyard Ultra.
We're just discussing sleep strategies for Northern Traverse. I'm saying, okay, Sarah, you're expert at this. I'm thinking maybe Kirby Stevens and Lordstones. So you're about 80 miles, and then whatever it is, Eddie's shaking her head. She's saying, push on through the. Oh my God.
I'm like, you're not going to you're just going to push. There's nowhere to sleep. Just think you're not going to sleep much. It's terrible.
It's going to be crap, isn't it? You're going to be in a tent. Everything's going to be wet. You'll just be lying there thinking, oh, I don't want to go out now. Push through.
Okay.
And he'll listen to you, Sarah. Literally, the last 10 minutes I've been going, you won't. He's like, but people are there for an hour. And I'm like, that's just because they're sitting with their bag going,
yeah, don't want to go out.
I don't want to go out.
There's a video, I can't remember where I saw it, but there's a video of you, Eddie, leaving Lordstones, and like when you got out of that tent,
and I'm like,
you could tell you were stiff. Yeah. Whereas if you'd have just kept going.
Yeah.
I chatted with someone for 10 minutes on the trails on Sunday, I think it was, and I like hobbled away. I'm thinking, how am I going to move out of Lordstones after I've had like 3 bowls of chips?
And they come out with you, and you're like you probably remember this in Spain. You're like, please don't watch.
Yeah.
I can't run. I can't
running, honestly, like the slow motion, like hobble.
How are you? How are things?
I'm good. I'm really good. Thank you.
You can tell us the truth.
No, I am.
Was that you running?
But you know what? I'm sure we'll like dive into this. I think because I actually started doing like all the things that you meant to do, like taking rest days and strength, and I think that's what's done it.
Oh, you're amazing. When Phil finished, there's you in the background going behind him to go and say well done.
Yeah, well, it's tricky though, isn't it? Because I was like, because he is like my hero. Like, I love it.
Is he a crush?
Not so much a crush, but just like I literally had like a list. I was watching him and making a mental list, and when
you were like, Luke, just video him. Yeah.
But he puts it all out there. He's happy for people to like know what he does. But yeah, I watched him finish, and I was like, oh, but you don't want to go in because you're like, oh, like he's knackered. He did actually look tired. But.
Was it like you're on a film set though, Sarah? Like all these people were there, like Lars and Phil and Harvey.
It was so surreal. Like I was just looking around, like, I honestly, I was like, I can't believe I'm here for like the entire duration. But what was really cool was like finishing, going to get a shower, eating something, and then coming back and like watching it from the other side. Yeah. So like chilling around the campfire and like chatting.
Oh, the relief people. Must be like.
Yeah, you've done your bit.
Yeah.
And like watching people, like watching those last few, that was a cool experience.
Did your back like ease off once you stopped? Did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is it all right now?
It's fine. I think what it was I had like everybody else had beds. I looked like a complete amateur in comparison to everybody else, but I just had a chair. It's obviously like it was the first race that I'd done outside of the UK, so I wasn't really sure like what I was doing in terms of like kit and everything. So I just we got a chair out there, and during the day, I don't know why I was doing this, but yeah, I was putting my feet on like the back of the chair, and my head was like on the armrest. So I was like in a complete like twisted up.
So,
yeah. So I think that's what did it with the back. But it was just a muscle thing, and then actually once I stopped, it eased.
Well, one of our first questions, Ian McCann wonders how your back is now and how you feel on the start line, and has the back been a problem before?
It's never been a problem, and I think that was like when I finished, one of the first things I said was that I was disappointed, and I think that was because that wasn't how I imagined stopping. You imagine it, don't you? And you're like, well, I'm probably gonna try and I'm gonna have the opportunity.
You're gonna be like crawling, and Luke will be like, make the time, make the time, and you're like,
because I was like, I'm finally gonna have that opportunity to run until I can't run anymore. So I thought, well, I'll be timed out, or like there'll be like, an injury that we I'll be crawling, or so I hadn't imagined that it would be that kind of decision.
I'm so pleased it's not something that you've gone, oh, actually it was a stress fracture, and
that's half the thing, isn't it? You don't know what it is.
I think when you're doing these mega things as well, it's so hard because the brain can go a bit catastrophic as well. Like you have no measure of pain stopping, like you can't make any decisions, can you?
No.
And so, it could have been anything. And we're just like, I'm so pleased that it's like, because also when you do sign up to do like such big things, you take the risk of like, I could end up with a long-term injury, but also running is like you. And so then if you come away from it and then you have done a bit of damage and then you can't run forever, that's just rubbish.
Yeah, it was so nice to come back and like run with Murphy and get back on the trails. And like,
Murphy must have gone crazy when he first saw you both.
Do you know what? He did, but he had a lovely holiday. So he stayed with my friends who live like on the North Yorkshire moors, and they open their doors and they've got fields and they've got a little Vizsla. Sam was sending me like little videos of them all cuddled up together and running around in the field. And so he had the best time. It was
so he didn't come back. Mine just went to kennels for the first time. And I was like, I can't think about them. Then I was like, they're going to come back so out of shape.
Oh yeah, of course.
5 days. And then actually they came back and they were like, we're good to go, Mum. We're fine because
it just needed a rest. Yeah,
we've had a little rest and now we're going to be total twats again.
Brilliant. Do you know what? I think I'd just if they're in kennels, I mean, they're fine. They still go out.
I know. We're really lucky in that it's a friend, and so we know, and it's just like she only has a small number of dogs and it's in the middle of nowhere, so it is the sort of kennels. It's not like they get 2-hour walks a day. They're living the dream.
Perfect. That is the dream. Yeah, and they just sleep, don't they, once they're in?
Oh, mine are like, they live professional athletes. They eat, sleep, run, repeat.
Rolling
I saw a lovely post on, must have been your Instagram story. Your parents got you a lovely box of chocolates. Does Bag's Eye, we say Bag's Eye in the Northeast. I'm not too sure if that translates all around the country, but basically it's the one that you want. Which one are you? Hands off, Luke.
Oh no, we both got our separate boxes of chocolates. You know what I'm like. If it's chocolate, it's like, so that they know what I'm like. But I love any chocolate is my but I'm trying to savour them and not eat them all at once. That's
no, smash them. I've never had a chat with Luke about this. Is Luke a Sunderland fan or a Newcastle fan?
He's not a football fan, sorry to say.
It's fun times on the Northeast. My goodness me.
Why did you ask that, Gary?
Well, Sunderland played last night and Sunderland are doing really well, and I know where Luke is from, so there's a very high chance if he did like football, he would support Sunderland.
I'm lucky he doesn't.
Oh, no.
Oh, you are, honestly, Sarah, because now all 3 of my kids support different football teams. So Saturday starts, Sky Sports goes on, and I'm like, that's the
dream.
I go out, I do my long run, I come back, I have a shower, have lunch. I'm like, is this not ended yet? And they're like, Mum, it's Arsenal so-and-so, blah, 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 blah. And then they all talk at the screen as if they're like professional referees, players.
If you're like a kind of armchair pundit, if you say something and then it's reinforced by the commentator like a few minutes later.
Just reinforce your professionalism.
Oh, that is the best. When did you, I'm really curious, the timeline, when did you get to the States and then the start of the race, the prep, because I find it quite stressful. I remember say races like Dragon's Back and leaving Lakeland 100 where you've got a 100 or so mile journey. You're on a plane, you can't just throw everything in the boot. What did that look like?
So I got there on the Monday before the race, so I had like a good solid like 4 days. Like we did a little bit of kind of looking around some touristy things, but really I just had that 4 days to like hunt down some equipment that we needed, like a little stove and some chairs, and to do the food shopping. So I went to Walmart and was like,
oh my God, were you like the candy aisle?
They're so huge, aren't they? Those supermarkets. Like you've done your 3 miles before you've just done your shopping. You know, when you're at home, you're constantly like, oh, I'll just do this and I'll just do.
You'd already done all that because you'd had to fly.
Yeah. So I tied all of that up. Like Murphy, I didn't have to run Murphy or walk Murphy. So we just had that 4 days just to focus on prep. Like it was great. I felt super rested, got loads of sleep, like ate really nice food, and so it was actually ideal.
Did you have to buy a gazebo, or did you manage to fly one over?
So Laz provides So we were sharing, so we were allocated tents, we were sharing with somebody else.
And was it just you and Luke? Did you have a team, or was there like a satellite team that everybody could kind of dip into? International runners, I suppose, especially.
Yeah, it was just me and Luke, and most people took either 2 or 3 members of crew, and what they would do is they would be able to switch out after 12 hours. Like it was very specific, like you couldn't have 2 people milling about in your shared tent. But Luke got loads of support like later on. It's like as other people's runners started to drop out, people started helping out and dropping little bits of food in. I think because they realised he was on his own.
When it was all going on, I was wondering that if he was on his own. I was just trying to visualise, because he has to look after you, then you go off, and it's an hour for argument's sake, but it's not a massive amount of time. He can't really sleep.
He can't go for a run. I was like, is he raging because he can't get? He's like, she's going to go another day.
How many days?
Garmin is going to hate me.
Yeah, well, this is the thing, isn't it? And I think because previously I'd done 59 yards, which that's 2.5 days, which in terms of crewing, that's probably not too bad. And what we've always previously done is I'll say you sleep on the first night, like do what you need to do, because the first night you can get through on your own, everything's there, you just come in, feed yourself, have something to drink. But obviously this was a little bit different because it was a shared tent, so there's always somebody else that basically a stranger that you don't know, he didn't sleep. So to go from 59 to 95, we haven't really experienced that before. And he didn't sleep at all. I think Eric from Rasselbach was checking in on him. He was like, you need to sleep now, Luke.
We normally ask the guest if they hallucinated during a race, but I wonder if Luke was hallucinating in the tent.
Do you know what? He was in worse nick than me afterwards.
Yeah.
He just slept. And there was a part, I probably shouldn't say this, apology, but there was a point where he was hobbling around. I was like, what's up? He was like, it's just my legs, because I haven't done anything in 3-4 days.
Oh yeah, kudos to all the support crew.
Sarah, you mentioned a little bit that you're feeling, when I saw you moving on the Instagram story, I'm like, she's filmed that before. There's no way. But you mentioned you changed your training a bit. And I think the last time I saw you was when we did that Peaks adventure.
Yeah.
And you said, Eddie, I feel like I'm getting slower, not getting faster. And we sort of talked a bit about our running and stuff. What have you changed? How did you train for this a little bit differently?
Yeah, so I was really set on kind of turning up as strong as possible, because I knew that the course was going to be difficult. That's what everyone talks about. So I started doing some strength training. I was really consistent with that because I run for fun and I just love to be out there. I wouldn't take any rest days. And I know that's a really simple thing, but I started incorporating rest days. I'd have 2 rest days, but I'd do some cross training, so swimming, using the sauna. I was kind of just doing all of those things that I probably had in the back of my mind before that I probably should do, but didn't have a big enough reason to actually make the change. But I think the strength work was probably the main thing that kind of made a difference to how I felt, even mentally, knowing that you've put all of those little things into place.
Because we don't want to do it, do we? No, and we never go, Luke, it's the best day. It's deadlift day. Can't wait. But then once you get into a routine, you do it. And the minute you feel it in your running and you're like, oh, I'm going up that hill. Or I guess with the backyard, a lot of it like is when you're restarting, like you said about me, shuffling out of Lordstones. But like if you can recruit those muscles to go, right, got to start working again, just the fatigue and the stiffness, you're just delaying what is going to happen. But I guess, and I guess as well, then mentally, you've got as well, I'm strong. I know how to,
That was the thing, I think, for me, that thing where it's like, well, I've done this and I've done that and I'm fine. I'm going to be fine.
Was the volume though the same? I know you had the rest days and you were bringing cross training, but was your mileage or time on feet roughly the same, or was that down as too?
I don't think I did as many miles. I think it was more like quality over quantity. Yeah, I think I've matured a lot. I used to be like miles. And I don't know why. I don't know why that was like a focus. Like, you know, when you think about it, like, what am I actually gaining? But I would think I needed to have that time when we were talking, Eddie, where I was like, actually, I just feel like I'm getting slower and everything's getting harder.
You're just tired, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're just tired all the time. I totally agree. I've swapped out, like, it does mean you do have to take the pill of like, I can't hit the numbers I used to hit, but the runs I'm going to do are going to feel so much better. I can push harder. And then in the cross training, you can work pretty hard in cross training because it's not got the impact. You still get your hit. And like the strength training, you just got to commit to it for like 6 weeks and then you'll see the difference. And then you'll be able to train while you're cross training and not just like flap around.
It's so boring though, the cross training.
Oh, Garrett, don't listen to Garrett. Don't.
I do it, but I do not enjoy a minute of it.
You need to mix it up. I reckon you're just on that stepper watching.
No, I did. So I did stepper,
hot blondes, hot days.
That's my search history. I did 20 minutes stepper. That's all I could take. Then I did 20 minutes row machine. Then I went back on the stepper for 20 minutes.
I don't think you're doing it with purpose, though. Like Sarah said, you need a vision and you need a reason why you're doing it. And if you're just doing it to count the minutes, it's really dull.
True. Well, there's a big scary goal coming up. That's what's got me on it.
I think lots of people, while we were watching you, Sarah, everybody was just, well, there's no limit to where Sarah can go. It's the other people that are Sarah's limit. And Petra has asked about setting yourself a distance target. We had Lizzie Gatherer on the podcast a little while ago, and she always sets a target of winning. Petra says, do you set yourself the aim of winning, but you know that might not happen? Or do you set several targets and tick them along one by one? I guess the thing that is just, I think a lot of us were when we were watching is like, how do you keep yourself going when you're at lap 40 and there's no end? Do you set yourself like another 10, another 5? What is yours? How do you cope with it sort of mentally?
You know, a lot of people say, they run the mile that they're in, like if they're running a race, and I guess I'll run the lap that I'm in and try not to think about the bigger picture. Like I'll just like try and keep my mind working, you know, see what there is to look at or have little chats with people. And I'm never really thinking about the bigger picture. What I've kind of experience with backyards is if people set target, people say, I'm going to beat my PB, I'm going to get 60. They'll get to 60 and then the mind just goes and the body goes and that's it. They can do like one more lap. I knew that I would probably be able to run as much as I could. So I kind of just had an open target. And then, you know, like people have asked like, oh, well, what was it like when you Meg, broke the women's world record? And I kind of wasn't thinking about that as such. I kind of was like looking ahead, like just keep running. So yeah, like I didn't have that moment where I was like, yay.
No, you can't, can you? You can't let any emotion in, because I guess the minute you allow yourself to feel the feels, you're weak. I know that sounds awful,
no,
and it's like
true.
Against. We don't want to be like these people that go, we must be tough and hard. But you have to just be like, I guess, like you said, stay in the lap. Alice asks, do you have any mental strategy when it's tough? Because it was really tough. The mud, Sarah, the mud. And then you had a lot more laps, I guess, on road than perhaps planned. How did you cope with that? Was there points where you thought, this is just rubbish?
Very much the same thing, really. Just like stay focused on that one lap. So I think like when we found out that we'd be doing, because it was like a 36-hour block on the road, and obviously nobody was expecting that. So like you had your people like Phil Gore who were like visibly like happy about that, because he's good on the road. He's fast. He can get in. He'll have like that admin time that he needs. Whereas other people, you could sense that was just a no-go for them. It was like, I haven't trained for 36 hours on road. And I think it's trying not to let those setbacks get into your head. Like, again, just like let it go and just continue with one lap at a time. Focus on what you're going to need to do when you come in, or like looking at the views or whatever else. Have an interesting
do you listen to anything, Sarah, or are you just your own thoughts?
We went and just me and my own thoughts for 95 hours.
I hate people that no, it's just me. I'm like, what?
So we weren't actually allowed to listen to anything on the day laps.
Okay.
So even when we were on...
Why not?
So I think because usually you'd be in the woods. It's not technical, but it's like there's lots of things to trip over.
Okay.
And and it's single track a part of it. It was only really the night time that we could listen. So I'd listen to music and do lots of like loud singing to annoy everybody.
What's your music
playlist?
Choice? Yeah.
Got like a real mix, like dance music, upbeat things, just to keep my legs turning. Just having my own little part.
Ibiza Club Classics.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Yes, my faves.
And then just keeps you turning over, doesn't it?
What did it look like? You mentioned about the night and the day. What did the two courses look like? Are they kind of completely different?
Yeah, completely different. The road, it literally is just like road out, you turn left again, slightly undulating. But I quite liked it because like I could split it up into 3 sections. So I knew I'll just go down this hill, left, it was like quite an open, it was like quite like exposed, like you get like a crosswind, and then you turn around and you go uphill. Like I didn't mind it. I grew to love it, I guess. And then in the woods, it was like the woods was completely different, like trail, like lots of kind of like rocks and roots, and there was like a little covering of leaves. So I would fall every single lap, which usually I'm quite light on my feet, but I think I was like leaning forward a little bit quite early, which I hadn't realised, which I think had changed like my gait. So I think that's why I was, but anyway, yeah, completely different routes.
You mentioned about leaning forward. Did anyone say anything?
I think somebody had said to Luke, somebody asked Luke, but I think he hadn't relayed that to me because I think we were just like, we'll just carry on. But I looked back at some of the footage, and from even like lap 70, I had quite a lean on, but I hadn't realised it myself at that point.
And how would you manage all that? I think I've read on the Innovative blog, you got IT pain and then the back pain.
Yeah, I think like, we taped up the IT bands and, gave them a little bit of a massage. And like it didn't last forever, like it did ease. I think it's just that thought that it might get better, it might get worse, but it might get better. So just like managing things like those little issues that pop up as much as possible. But no, I didn't have like a physio. Like some teams did, because there was like more runners from their country, so they were able to bring like a crew basically.
Yeah. How many Brits were there?
So there was myself, there was Matthew Blackburn, he's lovely, great runner. That was it.
And what do you think was the balance? A lot of people, there's loads of questions about mental strategy, tactics. On reflection now, where do you think the balance lies between the mental challenge and the physical challenge of just getting up and going and going and going?
Do you know what? I think with backyards, I think like 90% of it is in your head. When you watch people dropping out, Laz calls it, like if you're not injured, he would say people have their moment of weakness. They hear that bell and they decide, actually, I'm not going to go out. So I do think a lot of the backyard is up here.
We've got lots of questions, Sarah, about nutrition. This is my weakness. Is the nutrition. And you are the queen because I've seen you with your Coke bottle. She just gets stronger as milk goes longer. Matt Randall asks, what is your nutrition strategy? Nicola Glover says, asking for a friend of a friend. It's okay, Nicola, you can say it. Who's a huge Sarah Perry fan and follower. Her question, what non-sweet things can you tolerate that are easy and also nice to eat? And do you lay off food overnight to keep some normality for your body? Thanks so much. An amazing achievement. Congratulations.
Do you know what? I have to be honest, I got the nutrition strategy wrong for this backyard. We could only take a certain amount of stuff.
So hard for you. Yeah. I can imagine you're going around that supermarket going, I don't even recognise what
you don't know what anything is.
Gallon of milk. Who drinks that?
Yeah, so I took all my Morton stuff. Usually with backyards, I'm going for real food anyway. And I was really conscious of making it as easy as possible for Luke. He's on his own. I'm not going to be asking him to cook, so we just went for add water things, and we didn't have a massive variety of things. We were in a hotel for the 4 days before, so we can't prep anything. Stupidly, I didn't get a cooler, which I should have. So we had a very limited amount of stuff, and I did get to a point where I was I'm sick of packet mash. I'm sick of new add water noodles and porridge pots. I just needed some real food. But Belbuckle isn't in the middle of nowhere, so we could kind of pop to the shop and get a few bits. And then obviously all the other support teams jumped in to help us. There was one morning where the Belgians brought me some freshly made pancakes.
Oh, incredible!
Oh, the Belgians! Oh, Bryn would be so proud. They're fresh. We just knocked these up.
Yeah, do you want some? I was yes.
Incredible.
Yeah.
What's this about this soup? John Steele asked. Loads of people mentioning the soup. Luke's special soup. What am I missing? Something?
I'll tell you. I'll do the short story. When we were marshalling for Lakeland 100, they were at the checkpoint. They give you all the stuff, don't they, to make sandwiches and soup. And I think Luke didn't read the instructions properly. I had this really thick soup.
Excellent. Signature dish.
Because it was really, really salty.
Yeah.
I bet it was amazing. You don't want a little, you want something thick and filling. Do you change your fueling at day and night and trail and road? No, you just keep it. Whatever goes in, I guess.
Yeah, so I just came in and basically whatever I just had graze on whatever I fancied. Yeah, there was a lap where I was quite sick, so I'd just come in and have really clean things and lots of water and just reset my stomach.
Do you take food out with you then on the lap? Is Luke right, get this down for this lap?
For the night lap where I was sleeping a little bit more, I'd be a bit shorter on time to eat, so I might take something out with me. But I don't actually remember eating anything out on the lap. So I think, I just quickly have something. I might take it, but I wouldn't eat.
How many of those Morton gels do you think you took down over the days? Oof.
You know what? I didn't. I think it was so hot on that first day. I have to say, I shouldn't say it. I didn't fancy any sports nutrition. Oh
yeah, it happens. Yeah.
I hope you brought them back because they just went on a nice trip to America.
But was there a big temperature shift? You said it's red hot the first day, but was the nights cold? How did that pan out?
The first night we were all waiting for it to cool down, and it just didn't. It was so humid, and then the rain came. And then it cooled down. Then we were all cold. It did get more manageable after that. I think some people did find, I think it was the third night, I think it felt really cold. But then once you know what, especially on the night, Lou, it's just the start and the end, because when you start running, you're warm again.
Melissa Montague asks about sleep, and this is something that I think we all just can't understand for as long as that. But I've had blocks of sleep, and I know how absolutely off my tits broken I've been wandering around going, I don't know. But I've had 2 blocks of not much, but enough to reset the brain to go, okay, I sort of know what my name is. And she asked, how do you manage sleep? Do you actually fall asleep, or do you just rest? Do you fall asleep straight away? Do you have a plan going, I'm going to sleep next lap, Luke. I'm going to do this one in 48 minutes and then crash?
Yeah, so I hadn't slept on the first night. Halfway through the second night, Sam Harvey came into my tent. He was I'm not sure how much you follow backyards, but he's the second in the world. So he turned up to run, but was injured. So and he was just floating around, like just chatting to people. So he just wanders into my tent and he's like, you need to run faster and you need to then come in and sleep. And I was like, okay, because if
well, it's so good, because I imagine if Luke said that to you, you'd be like, do you know how hard this is? You out there just here cooking noodles?
I don't think he would. I don't think Luke would. He's just kind of like, Luke just kind of
you do your thing.
And he's just there to support me. But I needed somebody to say that, and I was then able to just like, I just made myself right. You just turn your legs over a little bit faster. Got in and started sleeping. So I would just close my eyes. I wasn't necessarily sleeping for that second night. I would just kind of reset, and I would feel quite good after just a few minutes of closing my eyes and resting. But then I think on the third night I was actually sleeping because Luke said I was snoring and he had to like actually wake me up. I felt it's like incredible how 3, 4 or 5 minutes sleep can actually make you feel completely new. And I think because I was doing that for every laugh, because I was just getting in, closing my eyes for every single night laugh, I had like a moment where I was like, Luke, I think I can just do this forever.
And he was like, oh no.
I've got work on Friday. My goodness.
yeah.
Did you use caffeine at all, Sarah?
So I'll tell you what I did use, which was new for me, which I probably shouldn't be trying to use it. But anyway, I used the caffeine chewing gum.
Okay, not used it, but know of it. And did it work? Did you not get? I'd get scared.
No, it's worked really well. So I just put it in my bag, and then if I had a moment where I was drifting off, because the road is boring, there's nothing to look at. So that's when people were kind of starting to drift, and there was these like huge ditches either side of the road too. Do you know how you just stumble?
So, you wake up and you're the other side of the road.
Or you're in the ditch,
Oh no, were you in the ditch?
A couple of times I did. A couple of times I stumbled and like fell. What am I doing in here? I think everybody did.
I think they probably action of chewing. So I use Fisherman's Friends of that intense mint when I'm like, I cannot stay on and then it sort of, and I think probably like the sucking and the chewing.
Yeah. It's like focusing your brain on something, isn't it? That's all it is, because if you can have a chat with somebody, if you can get your brain working, that works the same, doesn't it? Yeah
totally. How are you chatting though? I was curious, like the relationship between you and Jennifer. We would pronounce it Edith, but was it probably Edith? Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah. And Meg, is it gamesmanship? Are you shared a tent with Edith? Is that correct? Yeah, you're all friends, or you like mind games?
No, so me and Edith, we really hit it off. As soon as I met her, I just knew that we were going to be really good friends, and we supported each other a lot. She was really encouraging. She had a few low moments, so we ran together, did a lot of chatting. Yeah, she's so lovely. We'll be friends. So hopefully we're. I can't talk about the future, but said hopefully in a couple of years we'll be back and we can do it again together. Meg was lovely. I spent lots of time with Meg. Yeah, we had some night loops, I think, on that first night or maybe the second night. I don't know, it all blurs into one, where we were just chatting and just said to her, it feels like we're just like hanging out, like we've almost forgotten what we're doing and we're just chatting. Jennifer too, she was lovely. I didn't get to chat to her so much because I think she was getting herself right to the front of the loops and getting out quicker. But yeah, all of those ladies were lovely and super supportive of each other.
Steve Grant asks, what was the hardest yard and why? Oh, that's quite a good one.
Maybe that last one, knowing that
too.
Knowing that it was done and having that time to think about how it was going to be over. And I just remember feeling really disappointed because a few yards back I'd been thinking, obviously not, I know I said I didn't like duck cap it, but 100 was in sight. It would have been quite nice to join the 100 club. I mean, it's always there for me, like in hindsight, it's coming home and thinking about it, that is always there for me.
How does that sit with you, Sarah? With a lot of goals, it's usually the time on feet is less. And in theory, that should be, more pleasant experience. But for you to like set a new record or get the 100 yards, you know exactly what you've done and what it takes to get there. Are you okay with that?
Do you know what? That's a really interesting question. And I was having that discussion with Luke earlier this week because I was saying to him, I'd like to do this and that, and I'd really like to get into the 100 Club next year. Like, his mindset was very much that. It was like, yeah, but you're going to have to do all of that again to get there. And I was like, I hadn't really thought of it like that, because the way I think about it is like, to join the 100 Club, that would be incredible. That's like my dream.
Yeah.
And to get the opportunity to stand on a start line and think this is what we're doing, that's quite exciting, and I feel quite privileged to be able to do that. So I hadn't thought about it the other way.
I wouldn't.
I think you've got the right mindset. Yeah, I'd be there with dread, but it's an opportunity, it's hope, it's all like potential. I love that.
And hopefully, I mean, like, the Bigs course is tricky. I'm not saying it's going to be easier on another course, but it might not be, do you know what I'm saying? Like, on an easier course.
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll everyone who listens to this will know, say if they've been on the trails, not every course is equal. Kingsley Phillips asks, "Hey Sarah, Kingsley here. What was your head? What was your head torch of choice and why? Amazing efforts, you've inspired us all." Oh yeah, also I suppose got to give a shout out to your sponsor Innovate. What was on your feet too?
On my feet, I was using the Road Fly Max for the night loop, and I was using the Trail Fly Max for the day loop, both super comfortable. Head torch, so I was using the Petzl, I can't remember what it's called, but the really tiny one.
The Neo one.
Yeah.
Not the Bindi. No, it
was. No. I think it was just like the tiny one, because we're on the road.
Oh, on the roads, yeah. Not on the trail. You'd just crashed into a tree.
Just because it was super lightweight and comfortable. And
you don't even know it's there, that Bindi. It is tiny.
Yeah.
We don't know it's there by the light either. You're like, is it on? Was there any ambient light, Sarah? Was the road was it shut? Was there cars on it?
There was cars on it, which was nice because it's something to do.
David Smith, he'd like some Suntour deets. He saw Suntour put out a post about you using the Vertical 2 as your watch for the race and finished with 13% battery left after 95 hours. I suppose we'd all don't want our watches to die before the end of a race. Yeah, did you have to set it up?
Yeah, I stripped it back. So I used the Backyard app.
Oh, what's that?
Yeah, so it's basically, I stumbled across it. So I was looking at all of the different apps that you can upload onto your Suntour watch. But there was a Backyard app, and all I had visible was how long I had left for that lap and how long I'd done on that lap, and it would also count up like which lap you were on. So I just kept it on that. I had it on ultra battery mode, and it was perfect. That was all I needed.
And do you have to press a button so you take it on the next lap, or does it just?
No, it just automatically I think it's counting the distance, or maybe I don't know how it works, but it works perfectly.
Do you know how many steps you did? When you stopped it, was it 8 million?
Suntour did ask me, and it is on that article somewhere, because it was really annoying actually, because I had to go back, because what I would be doing is, this is just me all over, but I would, do you know when you stop your watch or pause it, you've then ruined the Backyard app, because it's not, do you know, you stop the time. Yeah. So I would have to stop the activity and then start counting. So I had different activities.
Okay.
So then I had to go back for Suntour and count up all the steps.
Wow.
Did you do that by mistake? Did you keep stopping it? Yeah. I think I would do the same. I would just be stop. Oh,
I do stop your run, don't you? You just it's almost like muscle memory. You just
I don't know how people get a clear one route of these, because I just end up messing up my watch every single time.
But it's not just me.
Yeah, and just en route, and I'm I've reset. It's resetting. Oh my god.
I think a big thing is just if you're running, say with your map, if your screen is doing lots of stuff, then that is just going to burn through all your batteries. I can't even say what this guy's name is.
You can't say this is so rude. We're not rude on this podcast.
Well, once you were first lady and you broke the world record, I suppose what motivated you to keep going after that?
I guess I was thinking about that 100. Yeah. I don't know. I think I was feeling quite good still. There wasn't any reason to stop, really. I think I had realised that I was leading a little bit at that point, but it wasn't going to stop like in my mind, it wasn't going to stop my race. So I guess that's what I'm there for, isn't it? To keep running laps. So
yeah. And I read on that Innovate blog, at first you felt disappointed that you didn't get the 100 yards. Is that still your emotion now, or on reflection has it softened a bit?
Oh no, it's definitely softened a bit. I think like I was still very much in that kind of like focused mindset when I finished. Like I wasn't expecting, like I said, to finish like that. Yeah, I mean it didn't I had a sleep and I got up and I think I started to think about what I had achieved and it did like slowly start to sink in. It was just that initial
that's totally understandable. Also you've been your own hype train for the last like 90 plus hours, and so you can't just go, okay, jump off the train, like but you had to because the brakes just went. And so it's really hard to then go, I think it might take you like months to process what, like Luke says, you've not it's so new and raw, isn't it? That you process what you actually did was not only what you did, Sarah, was absolutely amazing, but you won't realize this, and you might never realize this, of how many people were watching and like inspired by you going, this woman is incredible, because what you did and your whole manner of how you did it is so inspiring to everybody. You know, you're not a middle-aged man. And there were only 4 women on that start line. My sort of like big question is, how can we get more women on the start line? And do you think that there should be any different, women should be allowed, like, should Big go, I'm going to open up, like Kona, there used to be for the World Championships, there used to be like 50 men's slot and 35 women's slots.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until women banged the drum and said, hang on a second, why are we not similar numbers? And I know that the Backyard Ultra is a totally different format, and so we are pitting men and women in the same, but do you think that women should be given, there should just be more places for women if they finished, or is that like, or is that going against the whole grain of it?
Yeah, I think so. I think the big thing is that women do have the skills to do well at backyards. The 4 of us that got a place, that's huge for us. Like there isn't any like special rules for us where we're going head to head with the men and we've earned our space there. In terms of how we can get more women doing backyards, I'm not sure really. I mean, you know, it's not very glamorous, is it? It's quite
But I don't think as women ultra runners, we're bothered about the glamour. That's why we love it. We love, you know, we're in the mud, we're in the dirt, we love like all that, like,
but do we
weeing
want to
wild.
Do point to points? Do we want to spend our time seeing things and going somewhere? I don't know. What do you think, Eddie?
Well, I do think that there is an area where Backyard Ultra really does fit into women's lives, in the fact that you're very safe, it's very controlled, you're going back to your kit, you could be going back to somebody that is going to look after you and love you. If that's like your thing of like, actually a massive point to point can be quite daunting for a lot of people, of like, you know, when you leave like Alston and they go, so you've got 63 miles until you next see a human being, and you're like,
you're just wandering about in the dark.
Yeah, you're just wandering around, and then that to me is the biggest barrier of like that sleep deprivation in the dark, not knowing where you're going. I mean, Gary's terrified of that. So as a woman, it adds a whole other layer. So the backyard, there is loads of pros to it as well. I think maybe the like not knowing, as like women, we have like, our lives can just be different, and having like, if you go to a race, I'm leaving home at so-and-so, I'm getting back at so-and-so time. It is a tricky then to go, well, I'm not sure when are our brains a little bit like, oh, I don't know when this is going to finish. So then it just really gives me anxiety of,
we want a plan.
Yeah.
I wonder too, do we struggle to ask for help? You know, is asking somebody to give up a whole week of their lives, do we struggle with that?
Yeah, do we have a crew, like, you know, there's a lot less women that do ultra running, so then finding people to then come and support you, you're already in a bit more of a limited market as well. If people are looking at it and going, oh, I want to go though, you've said, oh, this all sounds terrible, I want to go, what would be your sort of like biggest tips to people that might be like a bit of a barrier as well?
You do find that they're really friendly races. Like you'll always find people to chat with, and you know, you'll have people at very different levels. You'll have people that are running the first ultra, people that are aiming for 200 miles, but there is always a lovely community kind of spirit around them, and you don't need to be fast. Like it's you're not going to be like last.
And they don't all go to 95, 100 yards as well. Like most of them, especially like the tougher courses, they're won in like 24 hours. So I think that might be a bit of a barrier as well. People think it's going to be 3 days, but a lot of them people are doing just to do like 24 hours or, you know, and so I think you use Sarah as inspiration, but it doesn't need to be, it's not necessarily, very few of them will actually go for that long. It can be a much short, and you don't need to go for that long. So that's the other beauty as well, is that you can step off. There's no judgment.
You can just go and run like a distance PB, can't you? You don't even have to run an ultra.
My biggest thing would be, I just get so stiff, Sarah. I don't know how you manage to like the stopping and the starting. Are you like, can you literally get up from your chair and just get going again?
Yeah, I don't know why. But I can,
You can. Do you have to like walk when the bell rings? Do you just start running, or do you give yourself like a little walk?
So like they were out of the starting corral. It was a slight little incline. The further on we got, the more people seemed to just walk out, and you're kind of like stuck behind those people that you're walking behind, aren't you? So later on in the event, we don't just walk out.
Let's stop pretending.
Yeah.
Are you still hearing that bell in your dreams? Have you had some weird sleep? Ding ding. You're like, oh my God, I'm back in the lab.
I haven't. The only thing that kind of bothered me was like I was fine for the first week or so. I think I was just asleep. I was just like dead to the world. But then there was a few days where Luke would wake me up. He'd be like, you need to go out on your lap. And I would just be panicked. I'd be like, oh, I haven't even got my socks on. And I'd be like, are you sure, Luke? Are you sure? He's like, yeah, you need to go out. And it's just that horrible feeling of confusion where you're looking around and like, I'm really confused. I don't know where I am or who I am.
Poor Luke. Do you think Luke needs a little bit of therapy after?
Yeah.
Is he ever done one himself? Is he tempted to do one?
He hasn't done one, but he has said that he would like to try doing one. I would love to be on the other side of it and
I think it would be good. The learning would be good, and you'd be like, yeah, because then you could transfer that into next time when you'd be like, I've got a secret recipe here with
Yeah, I think I might make him do one.
I'm so amazed at how verbally coherent you are, and physically, and it goes to show the training.
It's that media training for your BBC. How did that come about? That was wild. Oh
my gosh, this was so funny. So I literally just finished. Like Luke had like carried me, put me in the back of the car, so I'm just lying there, like, and it's daytime by now, so everyone's just walking by the car, and I'm like, and he comes in, he's like, You've got to talk to the BBC. I was like, what? I really don't want to, Luke. And he's like, yeah, you've got to do it now. It's now or it's never. So I'm like, and then I realised it was a video call. And I was like, no, absolutely not. Like, this isn't happening. So we switched it to just a normal call. But I think somebody was saying, you sound like you're drunk. But I was just like,
you didn't. You sounded like you just done broken a world record. You sounded amazing.
I'm glad you stood up for yourself. Sometimes people get railroaded and do something that maybe they're not kind of comfortable with. I'm glad to hear that you stood up for yourself and said, no, I'm not doing that video call.
Gary would have been like, full video, let me just turn my light on.
No way. I wouldn't have even done the call.
I guess that's the other side of working with a brand, isn't it? It was just me, and I wasn't kind of supported by Innovate, so I just said no, I don't want to do that. But sometimes I feel like that is part of working with a brand.
Yeah.
What does the rest of this year look like? Did you have any plans? Are you just
oh
Lord.
So I've got like March.
You're doing the spine?
I'm doing the south. I'm doing the mountain rescue one. So it's like 100 miles. That'd be nice. Well, do you know what? I want to have a better experience on the spine. 'Cause I was on the struggle bus last time.
You
and
weren't
I
very
just-
well, though, were you?
No, and I just didn't have, like, I don't think back and think, oh, that was nice, or that was a good moment. I want to have a better experience and actually, like, take it all in and enjoy it. But I've also got the hill at the start of December.
Sarah, what the hell? My God.
No, Sarah, no. So
You're
that
like,
is
going
up
so
and
well. You sound like you've learned loads, and I'm like, oh,
I'm really fueling Eddie. I'm really doing the strength training. I took a rest day last month, and now, okay. So the hill, that's one of Mark Cockbane's. What is that? Tell me.
160 miles up and down a hill called the Wrecking.
Sarah, I do think that, it's probably not great timing, but I do think that leans into your set of skills perfectly. Yeah,
oh my God, there's the hill.
so.
It's got something on the top. 55 laps plus extra up and down the Wrecking Hill in Shropshire. Height of 1,000, okay, with a total of 47,000 feet of ascent. You better get out on those hills, my friend.
I know.
Your quads are going to be, your little backyard ultra quads need to get smashed, don't they? You must complete 160 miles within 48 hours. That is, that's
tough,
going
isn't
stuff,
it?
isn't it?
Yeah.
Imagine
up
those
and down
quads
hill.
on the way down. Oh my God.
It will be the down, won't it? It will be the down.
Yeah.
Because you just hike up the up, I guess.
Yeah. There's some runnable
down.
bits. Okay. Recce'd it. There is some nice gradient.
I'm going to remind you of that. There's some nice gradients, Sarah. Enjoying this?
I'm sure I saw years ago, John Steele, that's probably the first time I heard of that race. He did it quite a few years ago.
So I'm sure he's like one of the only people I'm sure there isn't many people that have finished, but he did it up like one of the hills in the Cheviots, and I remember him saying that it was covered in snow, so hopefully this will be a little bit.
Karen Hathaway's the only result, because has it not been run for a while, or has he just not updated the results? So 2015 Karen Hathaway did it in 41:42, but I can't see any other women on it. Okay, when is this, Sarah?
So it's like the 5th of December. So I've got a little bit of time. Got a month.
Keeping an eye on your Strava, see what happens in early December.
That's amazing. Sarah, every week we ask our guest for their favourite workout, and people listening can have a go. We have all sorts. So we've had just running in the sunrise.
Joy miles
We've had running with friends. We've had hill reps. We've had... Oh, what that terrible one. Who was that said I do 300 squats and then go running?
Oh, lunges. Callum
Pritchard.
Pritchard.
That one, didn't you?
Yes.
The lunge run. Anything you do that perhaps is that's my specific go-to every week. I always do that, or that's the one I do perhaps before a race. Do you do any race simulation of backyards?
People ask that a lot. No, I don't do that.
You don't need to practice.
No, you do enough of it on the day.
Yeah, you've done enough of that on the day.
Maybe my favourite, I'm not going to give you a session or anything like that, but my favourite run would probably be a dog jog.
Murphy miles.
Murphy sets the pace.
If you've got a dog, if you haven't got a dog, you need to get a dog in your life, because I do think running with them they're just they always find the joy, even when you're shuffling behind them, tired or grumpy or stressed. They're just Steve's bird, a bird. There's a bird.
They love it, don't they?
Quick questions. One celebrity you'd love to see attempt a backyard ultra, and how many laps before they quit? Oh, I think Alan Carr would be hilarious, wouldn't he? Imagine Alan Carr doing it.
I keep getting these little news articles pop up saying that Chapel Rowan used to do a bit of running, so
okay, I love it. And then you get some good tunes. You could turn off the Ibiza classics. Who would be yours? Alan Carr, Gary?
Well, I like Mickey. Anyone who's a comedian, I think they'd be hilarious. But I think Alan Carr would have a full meltdown.
That would be funny.
Favourite? Oh, this is a tough one. Do you have a favourite backyard ultra course?
Ooh, so the first one that I did in Wales, that was a really great course. It was really varied. I'm sure it was National Trust property, but what was great about it was that it had a little bit of fields, a little bit of woods, and then a little bit beside a lake. So I like the variation.
That was Wales episode 59, Run to the Hills, if people want to go back.
Do you want to know a secret I think, Sarah, I mean, the world record for backyard ultra, blah, 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 really good. But I think you are our only guest we've had on 3 times ever. Yay. And I remember the first time because it was a long, long time ago now. And the transformation of you as like not just a runner, but also I think you're just like happiness now shines from you. Like you are like almost, I remember you were still like teaching full time and when you were in your classroom and it was the end of a long day and you were like,
do you know what? No. That was not a good time period for me. Like I was so run down, but it's so funny, isn't it? Because when you're in it, you don't see it yourself. It's only when you like take a step back.
True.
I hear you.
So we didn't do a big intro with you, Sarah, but that's because
we'll do it when she's gone, and then we'll just talk about her and be like.
Well, the other episode was 7. I've got the information somewhere. The other episode was episode 72, and that would have been the Southwest Coastal Path FKT.
I don't know if you heard it, Sarah, but Lucy says when she did it, she went back and I think she listened to it twice during the South Coast Path because she was like, "This is so hard. I can't believe that Sarah did this. This is too hard." And then she listened to the episode and she went, "It's okay. Sarah found it hard. It's all right. It's all right."
I love her, and I love the way that I love seeing how she tackled it. I love seeing like the drop bags and like she's so meticulous with it. But I think it needed that.
But she couldn't have done that if you hadn't done that. And that is such a great part of your story is that I don't think she'd have done it if you hadn't done it and inspired her and gone, okay, Sarah did it. It's doable. She set the marker and that's just brilliant. And I love the fact that she goes back, she goes, "It's just too hard. I can't do it." And the story, I think there's a story of you going into an Airbnb and the lady like, "You're not coming in because you were so muddy." Yeah. And she's like hosing you down.
She didn't want me there.
I don't think Lucy stayed at that one.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your crew?
Has to be an 11. I mean, Luke's brilliant. He has the patience of a saint.
Is that the same in like your relationship? Do you swap into like different roles when you're? Because Bryn is my like rock. He's like he would be really good in a crewing situation, but he's the same at home because he's like, sort your life out, woman, sort it out. I'm like, I'm in charge of everything really, but he is the one that goes, we need to do this.
Yeah, very much. So like I deal with like I hold the reins basically at home. Like I'm sorting everything out. Like I'm the boss. Like,
he's got good energy, Luke. I've shared a few miles with Luke.
Great energy, and like people were commenting on this. So when he crews, he's just like calm, cool, collected. Yeah. Like nothing's ever a problem. Like he's gonna sort it out. My dreams are his dreams. So like he gets it and he lives it and he loves it. So yeah.
You're going to make Eddie cry now.
Oh.
Do you prefer a backyard ultra or a non-stop race or FKT?
My heart is in point to point. I love exploring. I love being outside and seeing things and experiencing things. And my skill set works for backyards and I'm not ready to stop doing them yet, but it's a lot of time and energy invested in just going around in loops.
But it's so not just going around a loop, Sarah. It is just so not that. The loop is just the stepping stone to what you've achieved mentally, physically, and everything that you've done. And like the Southwest Coast Pass, you've set the bar and there will be women now that will come and go, I can do that now too, because you've done it. And I know that's, you're like, why do I have to set the bar every time? Come on, women. But it's so much more than loops. The loop is just like the little bit, the cherry on the top to what everything else you did.
Thank you. That's a lovely way to think about it. Thank you.
What race, route or trail?
This one.
Yeah, you changed the questions. What race, route or trail would you love to do with Murphy?
Well, I mean, race route that I'd love to do. I'm actually doing the Dragon's Back next year. So I'm really looking forward to that. So
incredible.
But yeah, I mean, I'll do lots of recce's with Murphy and I'll break it down into smaller bits and then that'll be like my little secret weapon. So when I'm out running the race, I'll think, I ran this Murphy. Yeah. And remember how much you love this bit. Oh.
Not Cribgock, not Cribgock.
No.
Instagram story music time, Sarah. Every week we share the podcast over on Instagram. You get to choose the music that we put out post an Instagram story. What's it going to be?
Oh, can I get back to you? Can I have a think about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do,
yeah.
But otherwise Gary will choose and it will be something punk.
System of a Down.
Oh, maybe we should have Pink. Oh no, we had Pink Pony Club. That we had that not long ago. Oh, Sarah, I think how we finish the podcast is by saying thank you to you. Thank you for 3 times coming on. We won't ask you again. Thank you for coming on the podcast. But thank you for all that you do and the light you shine on not just Backyard Ultras, but everything that you've achieved, everything that you go and your fearless attempts and highs and lows, and you're never scared to step up, have a go, change your plans. Like, you're such an inspiration to me, to women, to get, but not just to women, to Gary, to everybody, to go, there's no limit. There's no limit. Just have a go and make a plan. And if the plan doesn't work, to change it. But also to see your relationship with Luke, to show a partner supporting somebody else as somebody else's, and your dreams being his dreams, is like, it's all so inspirational. And so well done for being a world record holder and being brilliant. But thank you for sharing it, coming on the podcast, but sharing it for everybody. And do maybe take a rest day between now and the hill. But I'm like, do it, because you're incredible. And I look forward to the updates of that. And hopefully, I know there's plans afoot on our WhatsApp group to maybe come out and do a bit of running on the spine during the spine on the Pennine Way. So maybe see you out there. Will you be running it in full mountain rescue kit as like part of the race?
No, I don't think, no, I'll just no.
Good luck with the next few weeks, with the recovery that I'm still sure is ongoing, and the rest of the year, and whatever the future holds. I know you're just gonna be incredible with whatever you decide to do with Backyard Ultras or your next FKTs as well. You're brilliant, and we love you here at Tea and Trails.
Oh, thank you so much for having me on. Thank you for all the kind words.
Yeah,
It was a little bit emotional.
We forgot to mention, though, you were raising money for Mountain Rescue during this challenge. Is that link still open? Because we can share all that in the show notes.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, so I'm raising money for West Cumbria Search and Rescue, team that I'm a part of, and the link is in my Instagram bio. So thank you for sharing.
We will do that. Yeah, my goodness me, we're all on the trails. We hope we never need to call out a Mountain Rescue, but it's great to know
if
that
they do come out, and we do hope it's Sarah as well.
Yay, imagine that, Sarah.
Oh, you got yourself in a sticky situation, but your dogs are lovely. I'll get your dogs and we'll get you off the hill.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Good luck with the rest of the year, and hope our paths cross again very soon.
Oh, thank you. Lovely to chat to you both. Thank you.
Take care. Thanks,
Bye.
Sarah.
Bye.